Here we go for a very special edition of The Underground. It is Ned, joined by Liam Guinane of Windwaker. Liam, how are you, man?
I'm good, man. How you doing, Ned?
Good, thank you, sir. How did I go with the name there, the last name,
Yeah,
Guinane?
I think you nailed it. I think you nailed it. Guinane for everybody who's wondering. Looking at my name, thinking it's linguine or something, but
That's
it's
what
Guinane.
I actually did think. I was like, it's linguine or
You're
something.
not the first, man.
Well, it is awesome to catch up with you, man. I first discovered you. I haven't known Wind Waker for that long. It was in 2022 when you toured with I Prevail and
Oh,
Motionless in White. You got
hey.
to say, man, that show just blew me away. How was it
Was
touring with those guys?
Oh, mate, they're sweethearts and they continue to I Prevail specifically.
Yeah.
They continue to be they continue to message and keep up and chat with us and yeah,
Oh, no way. Yeah, that's
they're
really cool.
absolute legends.
Yeah, that's really cool because I was talking to Brian Burkeiser at one stage and he was mentioning how great you guys were. It's cool to hear that he's stayed in contact since.
Yeah, I hope that we can go on the road with them again sometime. I think the boys had an absolute blast.
Oh, awesome, man. Awesome. Well, you've got a very diverse sound, Liam. Can you tell us about this? It's hyper pop metal. I've heard of a whole bunch of different subgenres, but this one is next level.
Yeah, well, it's the term that we just ended up landing on because it was too hard to try and explain to people. Oh, we're like a metal band, but we have like pop choruses, and then we also influenced by this, and this. So, hyperpop metal just felt like the right. It just encapsulated everything, you know. Hyperpop already has a lot of genres kind of built into it, and metal was just the last little icing on the cake, you know.
Yeah, no, I love it right there. I was listening to the new EP today and I'm like, man, this song here I could play to my mum. She'd love this. She'd love this. And bang, whoa, maybe not.
It's so funny you say that because historically my own mum has never really been a fan of like scream based music.
Yeah.
Then all of a sudden in the last, 15 or so months that I've been back in the band as vocalist, she's really just gone on her metal core train and is now naming bands that I never would have thought she'd ever listen to, but absolutely loves now. So
Oh,
yeah.
that is
So
insane,
shout
right?
out to the mums that love metal, you know.
I think that'd be a very rare breed, man. But tell us about this new EP, Enter the Wall. It dropped today. Lucky enough to chat to you on a release day.
Release day. Yes. Well, yeah, Enter the Wall, as you said, it's a four-track EP. It's got two of our previous singles, Sirens and Fractured State of Mind. As well as today, unveiling two new tracks, one called The Wall and one called Villain. And really the goal with this is to kind of give a bit of a sampler, a bit of a taste of kind of all the different sounds that we've been experimenting over the last 12 or so months, just, writing new material. We've got a lot of material, so it's cool to finally have a couple more new songs out with my voice over it. So yeah.
Yeah, it's really cool. And you were talking about The Wall, man. That's got one of the most epic videos I have seen in a long time. You guys
Heck
Blair
yeah.
Witch fans?
Yeah, look, I think that was definitely one of the main references that we wanted to kind of capture with this video, the found footage thing. Yeah, we're kind of big horror fans and movie fans in general. So it was cool to be able to kind of make a video that was equally as kind of fun as it was just like interesting to make. Like we were out in the forest like overnight, just out near Ballarat in the middle of nowhere. And yeah, like there was some method to the story, some method acting there because we genuinely were a little bit creeped out about just
Really?
not only how dark it was, but like we're recording like drums out there, or of Chris at least playing the drums.
Yeah.
And we're just like hearing the sound just cascade through the valleys and mountains, and we're like, someone out here is going to have a shotgun and come find us, and it's just going
Yeah,
to be
man,
this is going to be whack. But
you gotta be careful. That was my next question. I was gonna ask you where'd you record that? Like in Ballarat in the forest and stuff. That's
I
not too
forget
far.
what name the forest it is, but if people know that area, they'll know which forest. It's like one of the main sort of ones that is around that area. I'm struggling to think of what it's called at the moment. It starts with C.
Yeah,
Anyway,
rightio, man.
um,
It's very close to home for me. And actually, not to creep you out even further, but not too long
no.
ago, someone actually did go missing out there. So there
Oh,
you go. Yeah,
wow. Well, we
that's
didn't know
wild.
that. Interesting. Well, okay, so there's some truth to our video then.
Oh, look out. Will there be a follow-up to that one? It's lame. It sort of left you sort of hanging, thinking that maybe.
I think we're keeping that one as a standalone. As cool
Okay.
as that might be. I mean, maybe that's something still up for discussion amongst, the band. But no, that was just a one-off. We wanted to just create a video style that wasn't just a typical like mosh clip in a warehouse or
Yeah.
something like that. We explored that with Fractured State of Mind's clip. So this just felt totally different and totally removed from that. But yeah, any videos moving forward, we've got some different ideas, and we're always trying to keep it unique as well. Kind of keep it fun for an audience member or a listener. So yeah.
Yeah, definitely. And plus, you don't want to be going back out into that forest, I guess.
No, not with what you're telling me.
Yeah, yeah, no, that's crazy. So, what sort of music did you grow up on, Liam, to get this pop metal sound? Like, what are your influences?
For me personally, I always grew up as a bit of a punk and hardcore kid.
Nice.
My the first band that I like that I listened to when I was like 7 and was like, oh, I want to play guitar was Blink-182.
Yes.
Um, and that was like on that self-titled sort of era.
Yeah.
But I feel like a lot of my influences that I utilize for Wind Waker are actually like a lot of hip hop influences, and I've been listening to hip hop pretty much for 2/3 of my life now. And yeah, I would say yeah, a lot of like old school and new school hip hop is probably a good blanket kind of that's my influences.
And I love
But
that
yeah,
there, man. Like, so what
yeah.
sort of old school hip hop are we talking?
Yeah, we're talking about Nas, we're talking about Wu, we're talking about MF Doom, uh,
Yeah.
Big L. I referenced Big L in The Wall, funnily enough, one of his lyrics. And yeah, who else? I mean, like even when I was first like, you know, listening to that sort of style of music, like my sort of entries to that were like people like Pharrell and NERD and
Yeah.
Kanye and Jay-Z and sort of like those big names that you hear and yeah, Odd Future was a group that Tyler and Earl and Frank Ocean and all the people in the Odd Future collective were massive
Yeah.
influences on me. Lil Wayne, yeah, Park, a lot of people. The list could go on, honestly. Like, yeah.
Yeah. No, that's a huge list right there.
But yeah, I was gonna say yeah, and I've look, I love punk music. One of my favorite albums of all time is the Refused Shape of Punk to Come. I love my Joy Division. I love my Tears for Fears. I love The Cure. Yeah, yeah, all that alternative stuff is my bag.
There you go.
Um, so when we start getting into pop stuff, it's kind of everybody else, and we're all kind of overlapping with certain influences and genres, and yeah.
Yeah, that's gnarly, man. And that sort of explains a lot with that diverse sound, I guess. Like you've got a whole bunch of influences. It's not just coming from one genre. Like eh,
No,
I love
yeah.
that right there. So we just before I leave the topic of the wall, man, I want to know what sort of horror did you grow up on with you? You said that you and the guys are big horror movie fans.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I can't mention horror without kind of talking about like the classic greats of like your Halloweens and Friday the 13th. I love the Scream movies as well. Just, Wes Craven's touch to the horror genre is yeah, undeniable. Yeah, I love a lot of like kind of kooky, like kind of borderline stupid kind of slasher movies. But like we actually, funnily enough, on one of the writing weeks, in the last year, because we go away and do writing retreats when we get together to make the new material, and we actually we always capped off every night with like some sort of horror movie. So like one night it was Hereditary, another night we watched like the latest Halloween. I think was it Halloween Returns or something like that. It was the one that came out in the last 12 months or so.
Yeah, Halloween ends.
Halloween Ends, that's the one, yeah. So yeah, we'd always try and find a new horror movie to kind of to cap off the night with before going to bed, which is so silly, but you know,
It's not silly, man. That's my thing right there.
that's it. That's your thing?
Yeah, I reckon that's fantastic. And you
Yeah.
talking about this, you see Scream, the new Scream movies coming out, and Neve Campbell signed back to
Yeah,
play it.
looking
Cool.
forward to having her return to the role. Yeah, I've loved every Scream movie. Even the sort of what the fourth and the fifth one, which might not hold a candle to the first couple, but yeah, I've loved every Scream. I've loved what it does to, play on the horror genre. So
Yeah, it's funny you say that. Just real quick, I actually
mm,
visited the place in like the fourth Scream movie was filmed in, I forget, it was in Michigan anyway, near
yeah,
Livonia, and my buddies took me over there, and it was just bizarre walking through where they filmed it. So that's a
wow.
place in my heart as well. I think it's pretty cool.
Did it have a certain energy to it when you were
It
there?
did, man.
Yeah.
It did. It sort of,
Oh,
yeah, it felt like you were in the movie and like
yeah.
it's, I don't know, there's people that get full on into that kind of thing, visiting movie sets and that, but I thought it was really fun. So
Hells yeah.
that up.
Yeah. I've,
No,
I've also I've got to shout if we're talking about horrors as well, I've got to shout out like Jordan Peele as well, and
yes.
all of his contributions to not just horror but just film in general. I think it's just always something poignant to say as well, and just they're fun. I think like that's my prerequisite for a horror movie is it's just got to be a little bit fun, a bit cathartic.
Definitely love it, Liam. Love it, man. Now, you said when you released this new EP, well, this is like on your Facebook anyway. Not sure who said it, but it said it's a sign of things to come. Does that mean, and you're talking about it now that you've got a bunch of new material, when can we sort of expect a new full length from you guys?
Um, sometime later this year, absolutely. I can't talk too specifically about it, but as I said, there's a lot of music that we've had to cull down and structure and see what, basically assess what's going to showcase us the best and put our best foot forward in that way. So yeah, we've got a lot more music to come, even just in the coming months. So
Nice.
yeah, this is not the last you'll be hearing from us. Yeah.
Oh, that is fantastic news. That's all you can ask for as a fan, man. And you've got Knotfest coming up next week. That's crazy. What does that mean to you guys to be on that bill?
It's it's an honor to be considered to be a part of such a lineup. It's a really strong lineup and I'm so stoked to be a part of it. Getting like I love playing festivals as it is and getting to play a festival on a clash-free main stage. It'll be the biggest shows that we've ever played in terms of attendance. So we're really excited to showcase this new material that we've just put out, as well as some fan favorites. Yeah.
Oh, nice, man. Nice. And teasing of touring America as well. I see that's in the future.
Yeah, that's still to come. But there'll be talk. I'm not sure when this is coming out, but we may have already announced it by then. But yes, we will be coming to America this year, which is so exciting to finally break out of just touring Australia. Getting to see some new cities. I've never been to America before, so I'm looking forward to it.
Yeah, man. I've got a really good feeling about you guys. You give me that sort of, I think that you're going to be one of the next big acts in Australia that really, takes the world by storm, like your
Thank you.
Polaris's type deal. I really
That's
can see that in your future.
that's huge, man. I appreciate that. That's incredible. Thank you.
No, 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 man. I seriously mean it. It's fantastic. So, how about you got America coming up? Is there going to be any more Australian shows or in?
Yeah, there should be some more Australia. We're in the middle of organizing and planning the headline tour later this year. It'll be in the second half
Yeah.
um after America. But yeah, no specifics on when that'll be. It's just I know that it'll be the second half of the year, and we've sort of got some holds now on some venues that are sort of that next step up from last headline tour. So yeah.
Oh, excellent, man. Plenty to look out for. So we've got the Wall video out now, Knotfest coming up, America. Anything else in the works that people need to know about, Liam?
Just, I'm thinking of starting a cooking or food review series on our TikTok. I'm kidding. I mean, I
Oh,
might do
you're
that while
serious.
we're in America. I feel like some food reviews in America could be fun. I've been tossing around with that idea, but no, I mean that you've pretty much summed up all the things that we've got coming up. Sirens have just hit 2 million streams, so that's something that we're super proud of to happen in such a short space of time. I think the song's only been out for like 6 months, so the fact that it's performed like that in such a short space of time is just yeah incredible.
Sign of things to come, man. I'm saying it. It's a sign of things to come. All right, man. Before I let you go, can you give us a recommendation and an out there fact about yourself? I think it's pretty out there, the diverse range of music that you've got.
Yeah.
A
Um,
recommendation, it can be anything, a band to listen to or anything like that, and something crazy that may spin your fans out to find out about you.
okay, a recommendation. I'm gonna recommend. I'm gonna recommend everyone take a moment to just step outside and look at the beauty in the world and appreciate what we have in this life. I think that's that's one recommendation I would love for people to do. I know that's a bit of an out there one. It's a bit
Ah,
airy fairy.
yeah, yeah,
But
definitely.
I want to promote love, and I think that's that's something that's a way that I can do that by recommending people take a step back and look around. And as far as an interesting fact, I'm a massive spice lord. I love my hot food. I love my hot chili sauces. I have a collection of chili sauces. I might maybe one day I'll do a TikTok and do a story time about some shows where spice has not gone my way, put it that way.
Oh yeah, I hear what you're saying, man.
Yeah,
Hey,
yeah.
you might even make a Wind Waker like hot sauce or something.
That'd be amazing. That's a bucket list moment. Maybe that's something that we can yeah, I'll have to take that to the band.
I see a lot of people are doing it now, man. A lot of people are
Yeah.
doing it. But thank you so much for taking time out. Very much appreciate it. Be sure to check these guys out at Knotfest or hit them up on the socials. Windwaker official, Facebook and Instagram. Windwaker tweets. And what's your TikTok there, Liam?
I believe it's at Windwaker official. I might have to double check that. But
It's all good.
let me find that out really quick. Hang on, I got it up. Well, we're only recording, right? That's fine. Windwaker official. Yes.
Yes. So there we go. Be sure to check these guys out. And thanks so much, Liam. Very much appreciate you taking time out.
Thanks, Ned. Thanks for having me.